this week's episode of the Indy and Doctor podcast, we have discussed quite a few things. So, we got to understand how to speak in code in a restaurant, because you can't just spit out your Punjabi lingo in a brown place. That's not going to work. So what do you do in that situation? Karan's got some Punjabi Icks. So stuff you shouldn't say in Punjabi that makes him upset. But if you want to make him upset, comment those things later on and we'll see what happens, yeah? Cheers, because he reads the comments. I don't. Adding on to that, our Tik Tok went a bit wild. You'll understand why if you follow through. Also, Karan turned into Hugh Heffner. You'll understand why if you follow through. As you can tell, this podcast is quite comedic heavy. But tell us also what me and Karan are getting on Black Friday. Is it even worth buying anything? Are you buying anything? All these questions will be answered in the following episode. We'll see you there. Goodbye. Welcome to this week's episode of the Indian Dots podcast. It is me and Dr. England 162. Just thought I'll put that out there so you know what days we've recorded. It's been a lot of fun. Maybe it's ... as Karan said.
Got it. It's coming. Got it.
Oh, something God. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
You like that, do you?
God means home.
Fill in the gaps, guys. Fill in the gaps.
So maybe something to do with it's and home, but I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Time will tell.
I don't know. You gotta whisper it. You gotta say it's maybe.
Oh, you gotta say it so quietly.
Perhaps coming home. Maybe. Shh.
Yes, we hope. In the name of the 10 gurus, yes.
Easy, Tiger.
But I was gonna add.
Oh my God.
By the time this comes out, Karan.
Yeah.
Think of it this way.
Yeah.
By the time this comes out, we will know if England are in the knockout stages or not, because it's next Wednesday. Because today we played Iran. Friday,
Correct.
Black Friday, for those who don't understand.
US
we play the
Sunday.
US. Next Tuesday, we then play Wales. And then Wednesday morning, this comes out. So, Karan, put your money where your mouth is. What do you think? England go through, yes or no?
You go through, yes.
You reckon? Do you reckon they top the group, or do you reckon they come second?
That I don't know. Don't mind particularly. One of the commentators today, man, when who is Rashford? Yeah, Rashford. That's it. He came on like 3 touches, scored the goal, and he was one of the commentators was like, "Oh yes, another one of the young lions is roaring loud for England." And I was like, "Wow, man, this guy is jacked." It was so much bump. That's the kind of bump you get when you go to like a Bhangra competition, and somebody does like a wicked move, and you just give it like 10 levels of bump, huh? The young lions are giving it. That's it.
It's called is it called Hyperbolic? Is that what they call it, or being hyperbolic? Hyperbole. That's it. Yeah, that's exactly it.
The hyperbolic time chamber. Dragon Ball Z.
Hyperbolic time chamber. That's exactly what I was thinking, man. Yeah, Shout out to Dragon Ball Z.
I'll give you a little story about that in a second. But hyperbole is the use of, so it's over exaggeration for effect.
That's the one.
You know, I could say Indy is a giant of a man. You know, he's 10 foot tall, right? Hyperbole there. I'm just trying to illustrate. Say you're a big guy. Say you're 6'5" or something. But I'm like, oh my God, he's 10 foot tall. Like the statue of David or something, right? That would be hyperbole. Now, the hyperbolic time chamber. In the medical world, this isn't the Doctor Chronicle, but in the medical world, if you come in with suspected carbon monoxide poisoning, and we confirm that, right? Not a common thing, but I have seen it a few times. Then one of the treatments may be hyperbaric oxygen. So we basically have to give you concentrated oxygen to dilute out the carbon monoxide in your blood. I remember once being in an exam in 5th year, and the guy doing what we call a Viva, that's like a speaking exam. So they ask you questions, asked me, he's like, so what is the treatment for this? I was like, well, you just place him in the hyperbolic time chamber. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, you give him hyperbaric oxygen. Yeah. Although, you know, anybody goes in the hyperbolic time chamber, you know, that would do you a world of good. So if you don't know, guys, you know what Dragon Ball Z, it's an amazing concept. It's like one Earth day is like 1 year inside there. So Goku and Gohan, lots of training in there, and they worked out a way to stay as Super Saiyans. And then becoming a Super Saiyan, when you ascend from the normal state to the golden hair state, level 1 Super Saiyan, takes a lot of energy, and it's hard to maintain that state. But they worked out a way they could just walk around and, you know, casually chill as Super Saiyans by being in the hyperbolic time chamber. So if that ever existed,
Absolutely
my God.
Mad.
Do you mind your Bhangra training? Like, my God, you've been there for like a year and it's one day in the real world. You're like, oh my God, I'm amazing now.
Mate, forget Bhangra training. Everyone would be experts at everything.
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 Podcasting.
Coding, jiu-jitsu, podcasting, wrestling,
Yeah.
weightlifting, I don't know, communication skills, therapy. You can get everything done in a week.
A week
Screw
is
the
what?
rule of 10,000 hours. You can do 10,000 hours in half a day.
A week is 7 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Half an Earth day.
Amazing.
See?
Amazing.
Who needs sleep in there anyway?
They did sleep in there, and there was always loads of food. Do you remember all the food?
Sensational.
The food was just
Oh, man.
food.
all the unlimited
in,
food.
Food in cartoons, right? Like I have a vivid memory of Tom and Jerry. Like I don't eat steak, right?
Yeah.
But I see the steak in Tom and Jerry, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
You know, with the little smoke coming out of it, like the smoke lines coming out, and then
Yeah.
I presume what the bone is, that perfect little white circle. And I was like, what is this thing?
yeah.
Because I want it, right? And when what's the dog's name? Spike. Spike would eat like a chicken leg or a turkey leg, you know, just like that. Take it off Tom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that looks so good. Just something about cartoon food.
It does. Beauty of cartoons, man. They can exaggerate things and make it look so animated.
Hyperbole,
and just
baby.
So bang on.
Hyperbole.
Respect to it. So, all right, fine. England top the group, which is great. Great news. Okay, cool. If they haven't, please comment below and troll us because it'd be quite funny, right? To see how things go from now, how we're feeling now, to then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Karan, go ahead. What were you saying? You were gonna give me an update on what's happening, Doctor.
Yeah, man. So had quite a funny thing happen to me, which I'll tell you in Sanj about anyway, but I thought it'd be great content for the podcast. So every so often I have a massage, which the listeners know about because the first time I called the masseuse Jade, and she's not Jade. She could be Jade, but she's not Jade. Her name is Nat. And so I had one booked in, and this time I went for a slightly longer massage. So this was a 90-minute massage. And
Oi.
it was on a day, it was on a day where Mum had a late meeting, a governor's meeting, which is once every so often. So that day, no one cooks, and it's just like, let's get pizza, right? Don't need a reason to have pizza, but that became pizza day. Okay. So, and the great thing I love about Domino's now, the app, is you can actually pick the time slot you want the pizza delivered. Before it used to be like, it's just going to come out like ASAP. But now it's just like, I'm at work 10 hours before. I'm like, this is the time I want the pizza, right? Apple Pay, seamless, bang, 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 done. Love it, baby. Love it. Things should be seamless, guys. As you know this about me already. Organization, different level. So I get off the table. Massage is done, and Nat's packing up her stuff. We're talking about the next day. I was like, I'm going to try a 2-hour massage now. So that's the next level. That's the highest level of massage time. I was like, okay. She's leaving, so I'm opening the door. She's going towards her car. As she's going towards the car, the pizza man is coming down the drive. He's an Asian fellow, middle-aged Asian fellow, who has a respectable beard, right? And I can see this glint in his eye as he sees Jazz standing at the door in this white kimono, smoking jacket-esque Hugh Heffner sing style, right? I remember I'm all oiled up as well, so my beard is oiled. I got my man bone, which is like coming out here. I look like this kind of, I don't know, Greek philosopher type thing, Hugh Hefner thing. So I'm standing there with my kimono on, right? And you got this Gordy who's leaving to go to the Goodie, saying, bye, Jazz. See you again. He's coming bringing my pizza. And I'm like, this guy's thinking, man, who's this singing it? Like,
he's thinking so many things. He's thinking, number one, was this a school day? Was this a school day? Let me just cross-analyze, okay? Was this a school day?
School day, matlab? What does that mean?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It was a school day.
You actually mean that? Okay, so but what's the relevance there? What is it, school day?
Just hear me out.
All right, go on.
School day.
School
Monday, Tuesday,
day
Wednesday. Tell me the day of the week.
Thursday.
Tell me the day of the week.
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday. Okay. What time was it on Thursday?
Massage was 6:30 till 8.
So he's thinking 6:30 Tuesday. I'm
Thursday.
walking down. I'm seeing
Thursday,
my
bro.
man greased up.
Thursday.
Greased up in front of him is a guy in a full kimono with electric gates at the front of his yard, driving down. His booty call is leaving, right? Because she's going now. She's saying bye. She's all happy. You're all there, covered in your lovely tail, with a little kimono on, looking at him, waiting for him to give you your pizza. This guy is thinking, my man has clock life. Honestly, he is living the best life that I'm just a little pizza man. And this guy, right now, I'm delivering pizza to him after he's just been covered in this deal that I don't know what's happened to him. His mind was thinking many possibilities. He's like, is he a corrupt thing? Is he a good brother? Is this Hugh Heffner? So many thoughts are going through his head. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to give him the glint of admiration and hand him the pizza and then walk back and create this little thing in my head. Did he actually spot you?
Huh? No. But he was just like, okay, Paji. You know, the okay, Paji, like one of those ones. And I was like, man knows, innit? You got to keep the mystery alive in it. So you don't say anything. So it's just like, yeah, you know. And if there was a song that played over the top there, we'd be like, Jat mojja karda hai.
You made that into a music video and you dubbed that over as he's walking up giving the pizza. You got your hands in your pockets of the kimono.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there just smouldering, waiting for your pizza.
Yeah. I said to the guy, I was like,
I know you too well.
I was like, Paji, badi kamal di timing hai. That was it.
There you go. See?
There you go. So that was
quite easy funny work.
Yeah.
And just out of interest, were you wearing a ring on?
Yeah, Salah. You think I'll take my ring off?
He's thinking so many things, man. Either that makes him think that you're not doing Pottekam, or it makes him think he's openly doing Pottekam in his house.
No.
What do you think is going through his mind?
He's like, you're very brave, very, very courageous. है ना? ये कुछ नहीं डरता नहीं, ए डरता नहीं, किस चीज तो डरता नहीं. सूरमा है सूरमा, जम प्या सूरमा. It's Jazzy B theme man today.
Oh my god. That's brilliant.
You know what's interesting what you said there as well? It's like, again, it all comes down to perception, right? I was happy that day anyway. It was a nice day. I had a good day at work. It actually, the day I had that day was I had a cracking day at work. Then I had a PT session in. Then I had a massage, and then I had pizza, and then I think I watched a film. So like it's as close as I can get to being the perfect day, being in the UK.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. No, you'll think about if somebody's looking at that and their perception may be, he's smashing life. I think it's just a very relative concept, isn't it? Like, if you look at that, and obviously you know everything that's happened, how do you view that? Do you? This is interesting, and this is also interesting because today I wrote the script for a video I'm shooting, which is about what is the definition of success. So when you look at this from your perception, is this, does this, for me, it doesn't. This doesn't fit into my definition of this is how I define success, by the ability to have a massage and eat pizza and da. But you're right. I can see some people thinking this is what success must look like. What do you think?
If a guy is a pizza delivery man and he's coming to drop off food to that, and he's thinking, this is what I'm dropping off food to, that to him is a big step up in life, right? So he's probably thinking, he smashed it. Regardless of what your job title is, regardless of what your work-life balance is. In that moment, he's thinking, I'd swap places with him immediately to be having this. See? So trying to define success isn't as straightforward as you would think. It's very in the moment, where you are in your life, how you're feeling on that day. I think it varies so much from day to day. It's not straightforward.
No, it absolutely isn't. That's the whole point of my video, actually. It's a very relative concept. And just before we start this podcast, so there's somebody I quote in that video. It's a guy called L. Nightingale. So guys, if you haven't checked this guy out, he's like the granddaddy of personal development. So this is like before Tony Robbins, before Jim Rohn, who is Tony Robbins' teacher, even before that. We're going back like 1940s. There's something you should all listen to. Indy, you should definitely listen to it. It's called The Stranger's Secret. It's like a little audio recording, about 20 minutes long. Very, very good. Like for me, it was a game changer. And so he has this definition of success, which I use a lot. And he says, success is the progressive realization of any worthy ideal. And I really like that. And I was dissecting that in the script, in the video, which I'm making. I was thinking about our podcast, right? I was like, okay, so what's the definition? So what do you deem to be a worthy ideal? Podcast is definitely a worthy ideal. And the notion of progressive realization, this is an evolution, this is a journey, this is delayed gratification. It's taken us a long time to get to where we are. Guys, we're getting close to the 100, episode mark, 3 figures, and there's going to be more. So for me, in my life right now, like you said, it depends on what stage you are in life. Having the podcast is part of my success. But I really love that definition. I don't know if it resonates with you as well, but it really resonates with me.
No, that's a nice thing. So say it one more time, just so I got it again.
So success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal.
Okay. I need to think on that before I can come back to you. I'll level with you. My head isn't in that space today. So
that's fine. That's fine.
But
ponder on it, my friend.
Understood. I like Alan Watts personally. I think he's quite good for just like inspirational shit.
You got
Alan Watts on Chill Step. I probably said this in the podcast in the past. Whenever I'm sitting here
you got me into it.
and I'm just like having a tough day. Yeah, man. Just sit there, listen to it. Oh my God. The guy's dropping bar after bar and I'm like, wow. And it's always, he says something epic and it just goes into like a little chill step drop and you're like, ooh. Yeah. And it just sits there and you're like, ooh. Right? It's sick.
That mic drop.
I do respect that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I do actually, I've quoted some Alan Watts actually in a couple of videos I'm making as well, because he's had quite a good impact on me as well. Actually, just to finish this point off on success, I then came across a very old text.
Yeah, he came across some very old text while he doesn't cough into the mic. Yeah.
That's what I was trying to do. I couldn't find the button. Yes, by Aristotle, so the famous philosopher, and he somebody had done a summary article on this obviously quite lengthy discourse that Aristotle had written about, and he basically defined success in 4 categories. He goes, those who make a lot of money, those who enjoy themselves, those who strive to be good citizens, and those who strive for a deeper understanding of the world. But he talks about how essentially money only has value when you spend it, right? So money in the bank has no value. When you spend it on something, it has value. So then the question is, what do you spend it on? And he's like, well, you want to spend it on something that betters your life. So what's that? Well, then you need to know what the definition of successful life is. And he's basically saying that actually without having that, then the money has no value. So he kind of discounts just making money for money's sake is not going to make you successful or happy. So he gets rid of that. And then he talks about relaxation. He's like, what's the role of relaxation? So there's another thing called hedonism. So hedonism is the belief that the whole purpose of human life is to seek pleasure and seek pleasure only. That's it. So Hugh Heffner at the door, having his massage and having his bija every day, not doing any cum, watching film form, doing podcasts with Indy would be an example of, hedonistic life. And
hey, podcast with Indy is work. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Actually, good listeners. This man, not easy to be around with, but I love him all the same.
Shut up, man.
The caveat to it. It's all good. It's all good. It's the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, so it's fine. And so then he was like, well, relaxation has its place. If you only did it, it has no value. But the value of it is, if you only did personal or self-development, then you would burn out. So it's a chance to recuperate and then go again. And then the third is obviously more to do with moral virtues. So the virtues of, say, kindness and justice and generosity and gratitude, and developing that within being a good citizen. And then the final thing he talks about is seeking deeper understanding of the world. So this is this idea of, you can call it spirituality or seeking universal truth or wisdom, whatever you want to call that. And he talks to this idea that, we live in a society. Remember, he's saying this like 500 years, not a long time ago. He's saying that there are certain people in society, and I say this in the start of the video, I'll do with you, Indy, a little quick social test. When I say to you, think of somebody in your mind who's successful, give me the top 3 people that come into who pops up in your head? Who's successful?
It's a trick question, this, because
no trick question.
I'm trying to calibrate my answers now to not
Don't
be
calibrate.
that.
No, well, I'm going to give you one. Kobe Bryant's
Okay.
definitely going to be in your head, isn't he?
No, I actually went LeBron James because he did more for society and giving back to people than Kobe did. So I'd say him. Who else is very successful, would you say? Oh, shit. I hate questions like this because they always catch me out and I don't think about it.
One more. Just one more. Don't make it 3. Make it 2.
Dana White.
Okay, fine. So in his example, he talks about how, well, he doesn't talk about this. This is kind of more modern day, but footballers, right? So you got footballers, you got celebrities, you got actors, you got actresses. These are people who are, we think, Kanye West, we think are successful. And he's like, okay, but the great thinkers of our time, Einstein, Alan Turing, Aristotle, people who bettered the lives of everybody by the way they thought with their breakthroughs. How come we don't champion those as people who are successful? And it was really interesting. I was going down a real deep rabbit hole today.
I can tell. Clearly affected you.
No, it's really eventful. It's something, we produced a video together a few years ago on what is success, right? And defining end game and all this stuff. But actually, I remember. We did, right? And, you put the cool effects on. But I was like, my understanding of that single concept has changed and deepened in the last couple of years, just based on life experience. And which is good. Guys, if you don't know, I'll be releasing this content soon. There's loads of shout outs to the podcast on there as well. So yeah. What's been happening with you in the read?
Oh, wow. You full name me, You sound like my mum. So what's actually been happening? Well, I post everything to all of our platforms, all of our YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Karen, my question to you is, have you been looking at our TikTok?
We could, I could set up a wall here and you could just talk to the wall. You talk to yourself, you just echo back. You don't really need
I could do, I could do.
Basically you never what you're saying, isn't it?
Remember, it's the Indy and, never forget.
You could, that's true. That's true, mate. I'm a secondary cog in this.
You said this to me years ago, right?
Yeah, it's true. I 100% stand by that comment. The bits that I get to do in the podcast are good. Sometimes point out things to Indy and Riz, but then they end up ganging up on me anyway.
He does.
So you'll notice today I'm in a different position,
Sometimes.
guys, and this is due to the pressure from both of them. But what you will see just before we come on to what's been happening here, Indy, is this beautiful hand-painted photo by my mom. So she's quite a great painter. So she made this when she was like 16 years old. So that's really cool. You can see there's loads of fruit in there. Yeah.
Mad.
So yeah,
big shout out to Mumsy.
Yeah, exactly. If you want a commission doing, then it can be arranged. So the TikTok, yes, it's gone berserk, isn't it? But the views, what I don't understand, explain this to me, Indy, the views don't correlate with the number of comments. I don't understand that. My CPR video had 17,500 views. And has like a few comments.
Yeah.
But surely if people are commenting, there's got to be more people seeing it, no? I don't... Explain it.
I don't think it works like that. I honestly wish I knew how this thing works properly, but it's weird. I think we're going to hit 10k views. It's not even our clip. It's not even a clip of me and Karan. Basically, guys, we had on Sharoy Zak a couple of weeks ago. He's a legal aid lawyer. And the clip I put out was him saying, refugees are basically welcome in the UK. Coming here on a boat is not illegal if you are fleeing persecution from another country. Now, what he said is persecution from another country. What everyone heard is at the start of the clip, maybe it's my fault, I did a little bit of clickbait. I said it is not illegal to come here by boat. And the thing is, people heard that and they lost their shit.
You triggered people
lost
hard.
Their mind.
Yeah.
I didn't even mean to, right?
Mate,
but it just I put it out on a Thursday. Yeah. I put it out on a Thursday and it was like doing okay. It had a couple of comments and I was like, all right, cool. And then Saturday and Sunday when everyone's at home, it went berserk. And I was reading some of the shit on there and it's absolutely vile. So Karan, if you ever want to say to me the UK has not got a race problem, please read those comments. There's over 400 of them now of people just saying, no, go back to where they come from. Maybe you came in on a boat. They're fucking hurling that abuse to him. Like all this shit. It's unbelievable half the stuff they're saying. Yeah, people are saying that about him. And they're saying like, well, maybe you came here on a boat. All this stuff. It's tough. It's hard to read. And what people don't understand is if they watch the whole clip or just the whole YouTube clip, because, you know, I can't put a whole YouTube clip on TikTok. It won't do well. If you look at the whole thing, he goes on to say, you're fleeing persecution. And if you're from a war-torn country and you've been displaced, you can come and seek refuge in a place. And you're basically put into a waiting game of being given that status of a migrant worker, or you get sent back somewhere else and they can't accept your application. That's literally it. Now, because of the demonization of migrants and refugees and, I don't know, people who are just brown, it's obviously getting a bad name. Like, the amount of people in there ripping Albanians is unreal. And there's stats put out saying the number of Albanians that come here to commit crime is pretty low. It's not as big as people think it is. But that's what gets the headlines and that's what sells. So that's what people just have stuck in their head. And it's something I never thought that I'd see. I'm detached from it now because I basically muted it, and I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever. There's no point in jumping in the comments. But everyone's just fully against it, saying no, you can't do that, can't do that, can't do that. Yeah.
We need to give a shout out
jarring.
to our Spartan Bal as well, your brother, with his 300 shield, man, just basically spearing everyone's like, nope, I got there. Nope, here's a fact. Bang, bang. Bal was doing it, man. Hats off to Bal, man.
He did that for about the first 10 comments, and then he said, then he stopped, and I was like, this is not scalable. Leave it. He said, yeah, I'm leaving it. I said, cool. Right. It's not scalable because on TikTok, when you comment, it's not intuitive to read beneath the comments. The same on Instagram. But when it's on YouTube or something, you can create a thread and it's quite easy to read and it's easy to access.
Right.
TikTok hasn't got the same UI, so it's very difficult to do that. So yeah, it was a journey, and I just think the UK's got a flipping long way to go, man, until we can get over this. And what actually made things a little bit sweet for me today? Hang on. What made things a little bit sweet today was Bukayo Saka got all that racist abuse in the last England competition.
2 goals.
And he scored twice today. And the first 4 goals scored today were by black guys. So I wish all the racists would just drop just forever, man. Please drop.
Yeah, but it's an age-old thing, isn't it?
Continue.
They're going to love them when they score. But when they mess up, that's it. Scapegoats, your fault, da 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 da. But what was the point I was going to make? Yes, aside from the UK's got a massive racist problem, what did you learn, man? We need to replicate such inflammatory titles, Indy, to get traction on TikTok.
You want to replicate inflammatory? Oh my gosh.
No. I mean,
you know what, Karan? You're the most.
Yeah.
You're the most Siddha Banda I know. And the fact that you're saying this says a lot because you know the game now. This is the game, right?
This is the game, bro. Right. You need to title things like why Karan took somebody's heart out. And then the video is about how the heart works, right? Like you just need to make it hyperbole, baby. Come back to that word. Everything you do, make the title and think, how can I make this title extreme? Okay, that's what you need to think. Okay, put it through the extreme filter. I'm like, how can I trigger someone with this title? That is your new framing.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah. It is hard work, man. But yeah, I can try and do some stuff around it. It's just it's time consuming, just sitting there putting content out, dubbing music, thinking of titles, writing captions. Like it takes a good 2-3 hours a week to just think, is this gonna work? Does this make sense? Am I doing the keyword research correctly on TikTok to make sure that I'm hitting the right spots? Sometimes it hits, sometimes it dies. Like you just don't know. So yeah.
To summarize, guys, this is exactly the life that Indy wants. He wants to make this his end game. So this is what he has to do. So yeah. So he's not asking for sympathy. We shouldn't give him sympathy. Trying. Yeah, you are trying. Just keep trying. That's it. That's all you need to hear. You've got me. I'm not going anywhere. I'm in this now.
Or just say, Indy.
Yeah.
Try harder. That's what I was expecting to say.
There's only sometimes I can say that. Otherwise, it might break you, and then you just no podcast for 6 months.
To be fair, I might snap at you. I might do.
Yeah, exactly. What I do is I will implant inception that seed right in Sanj, and then Sanj will say it to you, and then you won't say it in Sanj, so it's all good. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, you know what?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you could be on something there. I just hope you never actually do that because you know it'll work.
Sanj is BM. No, TBM.
What's
Sanj
that?
is the Banda Maker. Yes, Sanj, you have the title. Official.
I was going to say, she's the indie whisperer because she's the only one who can help me see sense sometimes. So yeah.
Yeah, I think a strong jutti in the head once in a while has that kind of effect on her.
100%, man. It does.
Bit of insulin here and there.
I got the marks to show it.
Corrects your sugar. That's how you got your hearing back, mate.
Easy work.
It wasn't an operation. It was tar in the corner from Sanj, and you're like, oh, it's open now.
It,
man. Yeah. Love it.
Body call.
Everything
was done.
First second chalda hale.
Okay, all right.
Oh my god.
Let's move on.
Oh, 10 ja melne.
Fuck's sake. Confessions of a Married Man. So let's just take a second here, Karan.
Yes.
Do you want to go first or shall I go first?
No, you shalt go first.
Thank you. I shall pass. See what I did there? I shall pass.
Oh, you shall not pass. Oh, Gandalf. Oh.
They care.
You, mate, you are the Balrog.
All right.
Yes. What is that?
What going on?
Balrog. So in that scene with Gandalf.
Who's Balrog?
So, no, the Balrog, not who is Balrog. So the Brits of Khazad-dûm, when they're running across in the Fellowship of the Ring, and then Gandalf says, you shall not pass.
There.
And he says, scour, you fools.
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
That thing in it, that's you, man. That's you.
No, it's fly, you fools.
No,
Scour,
it's
you fly, you fools. How do I know it's fly, you fools, and not you?
Scour, you fools. Look it up.
He says fly, you fools.
Check it now. Scour, you fools.
Gandalf, fly, you fools. He says fly, you fools.
Scour, you fools.
Nah, Karan, I got you here. I got you. It's on YouTube.
Wait. No, wait. Oh, shit, he's right.
Lelo! Oh my god,
Okay.
yes!
Okay. It sounds like in the film, though, he says scour, you fools. Scour makes so much better. Fly, you fools.
Karan, shut up, man.
Okay.
Shut up.
Okay.
Oh my god, I watched Lord of
Okay.
the Rings a handful of times. You watch it yearly. And
Yeah,
your
and to
main
me-
line,
to me,
Gandalf the Grey's last words,
Scour, you fools.
and you fuck it up like
It doesn't
that.
sound like fly. It doesn't sound like fly. It's scour, you fools. It
does, he
definitely sounds
whispers it.
better, scour. Anyway.
Do you know why
Well
he
done.
said fly, you fools? Because everyone was saying, that was his way of saying, jump on the eagles and drop the ring in the Mount of Doom. That's what he was saying. That's where everyone's like, he told him in the first film. They didn't listen, so we had to come back and then make him do it the hard way.
Yeah, basically. They could have done that from the start.
See?
But then there's no
There you
film.
go.
There's no journey, Indy. There's no journey.
Yeah. I know that. Okay.
Anywho, yes, go on. You shall pass. Go on.
I must confess. So, you like going to Nando's, Karan? Guess what? I like going to Nando's too. So I went on Saturday with Sanj, and we're from Barking. So in Barking, it's a very desi area, mixed with Bengalis, Pakistanis, Sikhs, everything. You've got every eclectic mix of brown in there. Yeah. Now in there, me and Sanj were queuing, and it's like an electronic QR system where you scan, you wait, and then they have you in a system and you go up. We waited outside the restaurant because it was so packed. Then we got in. There was a lady and a friend who was sitting next to us. And the guy called us up to go to the table. And she said, well, how come they got there first? We've been sat here longer. And the guy said, the list, you are beneath them in the list. So I sat down
waiting outside.
and Sanj sat down.
Yeah.
I sat down at our table, well, so did Sanj, and our table was literally directly behind the seating area. So it was just the next table along. And I'm sitting there, and I think me or Sanj said something, and Sanj was trying to say something like, take that, hold that, this is your fault, it's not my fault, you've done this. And I said, Pichidik, chup karik, right? And she's like, Indy, we're embarking, that doesn't work here. So I'm saying, what coded language do I use in a public setting where everyone speaks my second coded language? What do I do?
Okay. Let me just understand the scenario here. The comment that Sanj made, who is she referencing?
The lady who complained. Because she was like, why am I going up first?
Oh,
And
okay.
Sanj
So
was like,
Sanj is basically
system,
saying, that we got the
system.
seat.
I
Right,
beat you in
okay.
the system.
Got it. How far
Yeah.
was this person from Sanj?
Barely 6 foot away.
Did she know that?
Yeah, of course she did. Because
So
imagine the seating system's here. There's like a little
You've gone past
fence.
them. Yeah,
And then
yeah,
the
yeah,
table's
okay.
behind the fence. So we have to walk around and then sit behind.
So Sanj knows. So she said this in the knowledge that they may hear it. Does she want them to hear it, or is it just intended for you?
I don't know. I think she was saying it to me and probably forgot that they were there. Now, I tried to say to her in reply in Punjabi, obviously, can you be quiet? They're sitting behind you. And she's like, are you dumb? They understand what you're saying in your second language.
Yeah.
So think of
Okay.
a different language. And I don't have a
So-
different language.
There's 2 options here. 3 options. One is learn sign language. Not the sign language, but you can have your own sign language, right? 2 is I've seen some people use kind of like Pig Latin, which if you don't know it, then Kanye uses it in some of his songs. Sometimes I think it's on Watch Your Throne album with Jay-Z.
No.
A couple of lyrics. Ish Bay, he says some stuff, but you could learn that. Or 3 yesterday when I was showing Shindy the Imitation Game about Alan Turing who broke the Enigma in the Second World War. In the scene when they're showing him at school, the young Alan Turing, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, and his friend learn cryptography, so they are able to send coded messages to each other. That would be the thing to do. But that requires you to write. You could write something on your phone. Oh, you could have actually. You just write on your phone, bro, and you show it to your face, and you go, "Here you go, be quiet." Or
I could have just texted to her. She could have just texted to me.
Yeah. But if you want a verbal thing, then you need to use a secret language that isn't Punjabi.
Then we were thinking, well, hang on. How do people who speak Punjabi in like France or something, do they have like an accent when they speak Punjabi with a French accent on top? And I'm thinking, how do you do that? And I was thinking in my head, I couldn't even do an impression based on someone trying to speak in French, Punjabi, basically, with a French accent. I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it.
Try something more local to home, maybe Welsh or Scottish. I'm from Wales.
I can't do a Scottish accent cleanly.
I'm from Wales. Mayo tigge, see. It's difficult, man. It's very difficult. मैं चाह पीनी है. Like, it's really tough, man.
That doesn't sound right. It just sounds like you're from somewhere in Britain, right?
Yeah, Wales, man. Wales.
It's not distinct.
I'm from Scotland. मैं चाह पीनी है. मेरा friend the It's tough, man. It's tough. I don't know. Guys, if you're listening,
it's hard, isn't it?
It's very hard. Do you have family members who are from different countries, have another language they speak, French, let's say, or Welsh, or Scottish, or whatever? And do they have an accent when they speak Punjabi? I would be really interested to know, actually. I mean, we went to Greece recently, man, and we went to the Gurdwara on Bandi Shor Divas. And their Punjabi sounded the same, but then they weren't from Greece. They were all guys who come from India, so that doesn't help. So it has to be kind of like people native to that area, maybe first, second generation people with their accent. That'd be really interesting. People, comment, let us know.
I genuinely have no idea, and I was thinking that would be really interesting to sort of know. So, if you know anyone from Europe who speaks with a accent in their European language, how do they speak in Punjabi? Because I can imagine that must be trippy as hell.
Punjabi.
But going forward, Karan, I will be using my phone as a text messaging format to say things to people.
I'm
that I
going to
can't say in
gift
front of
you
others.
for Christmas like a Sharpie pen maybe and a little whiteboard, and you can just write things on there and
just carry it around with me.
Yeah, mate.
We already have one. Let me just go and get it. Hang on.
You've
Wait,
got one. Oh, hello. Look at that, wholly accessible. Hello, look at that. Dry whiteboard at £2. Deal that Indy secured. Why have you not used it? Yeah, you got the marker pen there. I can see it. Use going to get that.
Because Sanj got it to use for like a games
purpose.
night, and we never ended up using it. We're still yet to use it, probably for Pictionary or something.
Do you know what you could also use it for? Is like a weekly menu. I don't know if it's that important when you have two people in the house.
Yeah, but that requires putting it up somewhere.
Your father-in-law is on standby 24 hours a day. You activate that rogue Splinter Cell agent, right? And he's there, man. Within minutes, he is abseiling down your window like Tom Cruise. There's no Mission Impossible for your father-in-law, okay? And he is in, baby. And he's like, tell me when it wants to go.
Sandra's gone now, right? Because she's in Dubai. So,
Dubai?
How much can I mess the flat up in a week?
Oh, that's challenging.
And say it's all her dad's doing and not mine.
Oh, you're turning people on each other. You're a dark, aren't you?
So what shall I do? What shall I do, Karan? What shall I do?
I don't know. I need to mess with the party.
Because by the time she listens to this, it would have happened, and we would have argued about it.
Yes.
So what
and
do
you're
I
like,
do?
and that's it. And that's it, Sanj. I'm never going to drive in the car with your father again. That's it. That's what you want to say at the end, isn't it? That's what you want to get to.
Yeah. But also, what do I do? I'm actually thinking now. I'm looking around the flat like, what can I do? Ooh.
That board, that whiteboard, it would look really nice below Kobe's photo there. Just set it up there.
Why,
that might
why
be
would
ni-
it look
that-
nice there? It's just going to intrude in the background of our little podcast.
Galson, but an interesting USP of the podcast is you could have something on there, and that I would have to guess what it is each time.
Okay,
We could make a game
maybe,
of it.
but I also have another question.
Yeah.
Is that written in reverse or is that written correctly? Because the way that I'm seeing things is in reverse.
No, it looks.
So is
like
that
it's-
written?
The thing is, I can say
The right way around?
L-A-K-E. I can't. Then it looks like an S, but it's not an S.
Okay, fine. Is this written the right way round? Because the
Correct.
way that I'm seeing it is a mirror image. So to me, it's coming off in a different.
Yeah. You're reading it in opposite. You're getting a mirror image, aren't you? So it's like a inverted
Yeah.
anagram.
Sorted. So yeah, we could put something up there. Maybe we can try that. I don't know. Guys, comment and let us know if you want us to do that. And you can take part with like some comments on YouTube and help us grease the algorithm and stuff.
Today when I was at the gym, I was trying to think of Grealish's name, and I was like, that guy Greasy. I forgot his
Greasy.
name. I was like, oh man, that guy, Man City, what's his name? Greasy. I was like, oh, Grealish, that's his name.
Engreji.
Oh, greasy. Mr. Tappin.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Smashed it,
nation
Karan.
pads.
Right, go on. Tell me
Nation
your
pads.
confession.
My confession actually is partly to do with you. There are certain Punjabi words that really, I think the correct terminology would be my ick. Is that correct? Ick is something you don't like? Give me a nod, Indy. I know he's sniveling away. Yeah. So there's just certain words that trigger me, man. Punjabi, it's like they have no use in the sentence. Like I already understand the context of a sentence, and then people just bang it on at the end. So the first one is aho. Have you heard of this word?
Say it again.
Aho.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've heard
I
it,
use
right?
that.
So, no, don't ever use it in front of me. So, aho in my life has been made very famous by my sister-in-law, Rupa, who loves listening to the podcast. But thankfully, she doesn't say the word anymore. She's completely removed it from her vocabulary. I've surgically removed it from her brain, probably. But yeah, like when Shindy and I were first getting together, she would say it all the time. We'd be like, aho, Rupa, do you want to do this? Aho. Like a tick. She had a tick and she'd do like the head thing. Aho. And I'm like, just don't say it, man. It just cheapens out the sentence, right? It's just, I don't know. I have a certain thing about the spoken language and spoken word, including Punjabi. There's a certain way of speaking. I'm not saying you use the full. There's obviously a very formal version of speaking Punjabi, and if you ever want to see that, just watch the Punjabi news. Now, I sent you and Sanj a funny voice note a couple of weeks ago when Shindy wasn't here, and I kept using the word "son" at the end of sentences. Or "te gay son."
Have me dying.
Son, son, right?
So accurate.
So son is what you'll hear when you listen to Punjabi news. I still don't know when to use that word, but you're doing like full Punjabi. Or "te gay son." Anywho, so yeah, so aho is it's just not needed, man. I understand what you're saying. Just drop the word, right? And the second one, which I'd forgotten. Oh, he's got a finger. Go on then, wriggle your finger.
I have one.
Go.
Instead of aho, you say hana.
I'm just about to bloody come onto that, you idiot.
Because that's like saying right.
That's just shut up.
Oh,
That's
sorry
the second word. That is the second word I don't like. And you triggered me the other day by saying it. And the thing is, you didn't say it in like physical form. You said it at the end of a message. I'm like, bro, I understand your message. Why are you saying this stupid ass gay word? Hana? I was like, no, there's no hana. Don't hana me because it bloody annoys me. Okay, so just drop that word completely. Hana is the most useless word in the Punjabi.
You should have told me this. I'm going to say it to you at every opportunity I get.
Good Lord. That's an indie phrase. Just remember, if you start doing that, I have a very, very special Italian word, which means yes for you as well. And I will be delivering that on repeat. And you know how that sounds when I say that word.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh, yeah. Commando saying.
We're just going to hemorrhage listeners if we start doing this each week, aren't we? So maybe we should agree to not engage in this warfare.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
There you go.
Yeah.
Off the board deals, baby. Off the board deals. You know how we do this. We got to sign a peace. This is a peace.
So you don't like
treaty,
hana?
Okay? Armistice. Okay.
All the listeners are our witnesses.
Yeah. Aho and hana is just, no. There you go. Let's say son.
Problematic words. Well, guys, if there's any others that you guys think are useful, drop us a comment and let us know, or drop us a message, because I'd happily like to try these out in front of Karan and see if they get under his skin. Go on, he's got a finger up. Go on, go on.
I like this new system we have about the finger. There's another one. It's not on the same level as Aho and Hana. So sometimes people will be talking, and they're talking Punjabi like, and they're like, oh Jiddah, and then this long like, oh Jiddah, and I'm like, yeah, Jiddah what? Like it's just, yeah, Jiddah annoys me a little bit as well. I think Jiddah in the
or you can say Fira.
Yeah, it's the elongation.
Yeah,
elongation of the word, you know. Oh, there's another. This is really funny as well. This is like when I was growing up, me and my cousins used to joke about this one. It's an English thing that only Punjabi people will say. Right? So they'll be telling a story in Punjabi. ਅਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਉੱਠੇ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਾਜ਼ਾਰ ਗਏ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ by chance ਆ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ. And I'm like, what is by chance? And we used to listen to it and they'd be like, oh, by chance आ हो गया. And I'm like, okay, I get it. You don't have to keep dropping this phrase, by chance, by chance. It's like the only English you know. It doesn't even make sense. You're like, by chance ho gaya. No. Galte gall hai. Just na bolliya karo. There's no by chance. Let me test you.
What if they said by chance and then went straight back into Punjabi? What if they just added it in pure English, like English accent, everything, and then went straight back into Punjabi?
Yeah, that's no. It's just
so what they said... फिर ਅਸੀਂ by chance ਉੱਥੇ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ. How about that?
No, but just be like, फिर ਅਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਗਏ ਸੀ. Just carry on with the sentence. Why you got to interject by chance? There's no need for it, man. Added. Right, let me ask you another one, right? This just round out the segment. So if someone says to you, Indy, so they give me an instruction. Let's say they want you to go to the bazaar and get some jalebiyan, okay? And they're like, Indy, foreign, bazaar ja. What does foreign mean?
That I'm a foreigner.
Yeah, that's what you think, isn't it? Foreign means go and do it right now. In Punjabi, said in an English word. Foreign ja ke aa. Go and do it right now. It doesn't even mean foreign the way we say foreign. Foreign means go now.
I thought they were like, oh, foreigner, come here. Go and get me some jalebi, yeah?
Oh, Indy, foreign. That would be funny, actually. No, it means go and do it.
Yeah.
But I actually like that one. That one, I don't know why. I just like it. I think it's a bit edgy, a bit cool. Oi, foreign like yeah. Like, yeah.
Okay.
I know what that means. Yeah. You know, copy is copy. Copy like yeah. Copy ki hai. Copy.
Photocopy.
Copy is a writing book, like an exercise book. Copy like yeah. I'll tell you when this came up. So I was in Shindy's family parents' store in Nottingham, and Asian brother comes in speaking Urdu, and he's like, "Copy hai kya copy?" And Shindy was there. She didn't know what it was. I was like, "Ah, pishle paase hai kya?" She said, "Oh, Karan knows, isn't it?" I was like, "Yeah. I know what copy is. Spent a lot of time in India." Oh, I'm going to India next year, by the way. I booked it today.
Acha, when?
Yeah, Feb.
How long for?
9 days.
Give me the dates. I got to get guests in. Thank you.
Yes. Although I could probably podcast from there. So that would be different. If you want to risk it.
Nah, the signal's going to be dodgy, man. Let's not
listen, Jeddah, Aho, Hana, foreign ho juga. No problem.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, look at you, no trust. Look at you, no trust. You're like, nah, I'd rather have the guest than you know. Salah.
No, it's not that. It's just if your Wi-Fi at your home in England.
Listen, God. He's like, if we have another guest here, तो 500 comments हो जाने हैं ना. We don't need you for podcast, है ना. 500 comments हो जाने हैं. Salah. Kanjuriya.
Actually, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well,
if your Wi-Fi in Birmingham can't keep up with this internet pace, how are you gonna cope in India? That's what I'm thinking. If you're in a hotel, you're going to be having shared Wi-Fi. That is going to be dodgy at the best of times. If you're going to be in the pind, you're going to be using a dongle. That's going to be dodgy.
A donkey or dongle?
Dongle.
Couple of things. A, I don't live in the pind. I live in the shared. Okay? So we have high-speed internet. Second thing. Third thing is, if we go to hotel, we stay in hotels that have high-speed internet. So, yeah. Just saying, bro.
But it's shared internet, isn't it?
Not shared, bro. Well, obviously it's shared, but like they can take the capacity, man. This is like international business level hotels, man. This ain't your motel, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do this then. I'll meet you halfway. I'll meet you
halfway.
halfway.
Speed test. Yeah. Okay.
No. Ignore the speed test. Take your equipment. Let's go and try this. If it flops, we just won't put an episode that week, and it'll be your fault. How's that sound?
It doesn't affect me if the episode doesn't go out. I'm happy.
Here we go. I'll just do a guest one, and I'll do a double release that week. Okay, I'll do a double release just to be safe. Right?
Contingency within contingency.
Just to be safe.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's put it there. Next segment. So, people, I have a question. What you buying on Black Friday? What did you buy on Black Friday? Drop us in the comments and let us know, because me and Garan are genuinely intrigued. I'll just drop some quick stats for you, Garan, in case you didn't know. So there's a little graph that shows that Black Friday sales have gone like this, and then last year it peaked. It bottomed out.
Is it graph?
Yeah.
Is it not graph?
Graph, yeah.
Not
graph.
Graph.
Yeah, graph. Yeah.
Graph. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, graph.
Yeah. Good.
Graph.
Remember where you're from, boy.
Geez,
okay.
I keep it Burns. You know me.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. You know where you're from.
They say graph in Burns.
Yeah, you said graph at the start. That's what I'm saying. And then you.
Oh, I didn't say graph.
You did at the start. That's what I'm saying. Just remember where you're from. Okay, just remember where you're from. Okay.
You see what I'm doing here? I'm putting the little triggers. Anyway. Let's go back to the point. So,
right. Tell me about the graph.
So Black Friday's been going like this on the graph. Yeah.
Right.
Nice little curve on the graph. Yeah. And then it cuts out at the top right? It cuts out at the top.
Oh, that's really good, isn't it? Yeah. I really like that, innit? Can you colour in the graph for me?
I need my crayons. All right, okay. Okay, let's go back onto this. All right. Last year, Black Friday bottomed out in the US. I bet you didn't know this. So in 2020, shopping in the US, I'm just looking at the stats now. Where is it? Yeah, so shopping in the US, where is it? Give me the stats. Come on. Why are you not loading, bloody page? It's good stalling time, this, isn't it?
It's great.
Where is it? All right, here you go. I'm just going to read it off here. So 2020, Black Friday online sales were $9 billion. This is, I think it's in the US. 9 billion. 2021 was 8.9 billion. So, don't know how it's going to be this year. Bit of a recession happening. Don't know if it's going to cut back massively. The UK year on year just spent more and more and more. So the UK went from... it's not giving me the stats. Fantastic. It's just lumped it all together in some stupid ass graph. It doesn't tell me if it's from the US or the UK. It's just a graph. Fantastic.
Yes.
Bloody idiots.
Anyway,
I think it's going to be a tough year. I don't think people are going to spend as much. They're worrying about bills, heating, eating. They're worrying about Christmas. You know, all that stuff.
Christmas manana dal roti khani hai Christmas day.
Oi. Yes.
Mate, there are people.
Yes.
Okay. There are people that do.
There are, and they don't call it Christmas. They call it a normal day in their life.
That's it. Dal roti din.
I had people at work ask me the other day, "Do you celebrate Christmas?" I'm like, "Yeah." I go, all full bells and whistles, man. That's me.
Do you know what a tree is? Do you know, like, do you know, like, about the church and that? You know, Jesus is. And you're like, bro, I was born here,
mate.
All right, but like, is that part of your religion? Like, is that part of Islam? That's what they all say to us,
mate. I probably know more hymns than they do. I know "Hark the Herald Angels Sing." I know all this stuff.
Hark the herald angels sing.
Like, yeah. That song's a banger. It's actually a banger. Yo, tell you what, people. Let us know your favorite Christmas carol hymns. Let's do it, man.
Yeah, we'll sing it, man.
Because that for me is a banger.
Nominate one.
Man.
Nominate one or two. I'm happy to sing a verse or a chorus. Yeah, we were really into it, man.
Well, if people genuinely comment this, I'm seeing you next week, so we can do this in person. We can do the singing in person. See, light work.
I'm happy.
Light work.
Were you in the choir?
I like that plan. No, but we went to church, so we know how to sing, kind of. So yeah,
Okay.
you kind of just gauge it. I don't want to be the brown kid in the choir. You saw the amount of trolling that Singh got for being in the funeral choir of Lizzie's funeral. So
He's
no
in- he's
one
in a
wants
PhD,
no
man.
one wants that smoke.
I was in it, man. I was in the choir. I was
Still-
the sing. I was the sing in the choir. We won, man. We won competitions. I was the
This
secret
does
weapon.
not surprise me at all.
It doesn't. It, of course it doesn't. Why doesn't it surprise you?
Because it's you, Karan. That's why. Because it's you.
you know,
Because it's you. Okay.
you know, living that best life. Huh?
Anyway, what are you buying on
Okay,
Black Friday
so-
if you are buying anything at all? How
So
presumptuous
we-
of me to assume that you are buying something.
Yes. We have been researching TV for a while, like I said in previous episodes. The great So Hilarious is TV, which is kindly donated to me prior to his emeritus to Canada, is going to be old now. So it's an old Sony 60-inch, and we are looking at getting a 65 or a 70 for the main room. Everything else in the house is fine. And so I had something in mind, which is an online-only TV, and then Shindy's household are buying 3. So yesterday, their house has been fully extended and stuff. So yesterday I went to Curry's to scout some TVs for them, had a good chat with a couple of the guys, and then changed my mind to potentially getting something else. I was going to go for an LG. So historically we get LGs and Sonys. And then we had a good chat about, 4K, 8K, OLED, all these different techs out there, side-by-side screen tests, can your eye appreciate this extra added marketing bullshit that, they keep selling us. Anyway, so I've settled on TV, which I need to go and look at. But it's probably going to go with the 65 Sony OLED. That will be the... then happy to keep that for 10 years then. Not going to touch it. I went through a phase where we used to buy a TV every year. But yeah, that doesn't happen anymore.
Every year?
When I say every year for 3 years. It was during uni, man. We got a 32, then we got something else, then we got 42, then we got 47. But then that 47, because I remember it's TBS 2014. I remember it very vividly because it was at the old house. We just bought the TV, it hadn't been opened, and the box was in the back when I was doing a run through. And I was making a joke. It was actually Qatar's birthday the day I was recording. So I turned around at the start before the run through. I said, "Oh, happy birthday, Qatar! As you can see, LG's life is good. Life is very good." And I made this whole thing about. That's why I remember it so vividly. That 47-inch TV is now in our back room over there. So we've had that for the last 8 years, still going strong. So the Sunny 60 will then replace that, and we'll have a new one.
Oh,
there.
Garan,
So, yeah.
that was anticlimactic, man. You made it sound like you recorded it and then you clarted the TV and then it fell off the wall and then it broke and you were like, so that was the end of that one. You hyped that story to me. You made it sound like it was going to be something dramatic.
It was a really funny video. I got a lot of love from the rest of the team. It was obviously a private video, so no one else saw it. But, the comedy factor was just, it was excellent, man. Qatar got his shout, promoted LG. But did you know LG stands for Life's Good?
Yes.
Oh, okay. When I found that out, I was like,
That was their main marketing logo.
that's really good, man. Life's good. That and bloody calling the Happy Meal, the meal that makes you happy. I thought that was just brilliant, man.
That's
Do you know what I mean? It's just
That's
you
really
just put it
good,
in the
that.
title. That's really good in here. I really like that because life is good and good. It's good to have a good life, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah.
That's
Would you be
genuinely how you just sounded to me right now.
Yeah. Would you be friends with me if I spoke?
Oh man. You know what, Garan? I still would because I am not prejudiced. Go for it, man.
Okay. I don't think I'd be friends with myself. So. Yeah.
I think you would. It's all about what's on the inside. Never forget that, Garan. Never forget that. Now, Garan,
Yes.
just beware of that TV and buying it on Black Friday. Sometimes on Black Friday, people, little known fact, things are discounted, but it ain't necessarily the cheapest time of year to buy it. So have a look at the historical prices of stuff online and jump on Google, type in the TV you want, or just look at other price comparison websites and they tell you how things have gone tracking wise. There are a bunch of websites out there. Just stick it on Google and I'm sure you'll find some. So definitely go through that before you jump into a Black Friday deal thinking it's a steal. Yes, Garan.
In the Boxing Day versus Black Friday.
Depends on company to company. Some do heavily Boxing Day ones because they're traditional. Some do Black Friday ones because they want to get rid of excess stock. It just depends on the type of product that's being sold.
Right. Do you have any knowledge about TVs?
Do I have any what, sorry?
Knowledge about TVs. Do TVs favor Boxing Day or?
Absolutely none. All these acronyms at the end, I know nothing about.
No. I just mean in general, not the as in so TV sales or TV thingy. Is it more of a Boxing Day kind of thing favored, or is it a Black Friday, or don't you know?
There's a really great website to find this out. It's called google.com.
That's really helpful, mate.
Thank you.
I'm really lucky to have you as a friend.
Thank you.
I'm really enjoying my last episode in this podcast.
Shut up. Right.
Shut
so
up, yeah.
I don't think I am the right person to answer this question. So I genuinely have no idea.
Because
I know that clothing brands.
I'm in fashion. Okay.
I know clothing brands.
No, because I'm in fashion.
I know
Just
clothing
say it,
brands.
Man. You need to own it. Own it. Touch your chest. I'm in fashion.
I'm good, thanks.
That was
If
so
we go
perfect.
into the thing,
Sanj, this is
go
for
into
you.
the thing.
He's there. I don't know about it because I'm in fashion. Like, oh, guys, if you don't know, I'm producing a t-shirt. That's it. I'm gonna produce a t-shirt for Indy with Indy's phrases. I'm in fashion. I play pro ball. Good lord, Commando sing. Like, oh man, I'm doing it for you, baby.
sorted. There you go. Now sticking back onto the topic. See, you're making my voice go. Right. I know that clothing brands discount heavily on Black Friday compared to Boxing Day because they lean on Black Friday to be their big pillar at the time of year to bring in the most amount of sales. No one really gives a shit about the Boxing Day stuff anymore. That's in clothing. I don't know about any other industries. Everywhere's different. I would think electronics personally, old school.
Yeah.
Retail. I would think electronics would be cheaper on Boxing Day, but have a look, find out.
I'm gonna ask the guy. I'll ask the guy.
So you just buy the TV. Nice. That's it.
Yeah, we
don't trust the Curry's money. He's in for commission.
No, he's quite legit. He was like, look, if it was me, I wouldn't buy this like 5K, not as in definition like cost 5K TV. He's like, this is the one, man, 999. This is the one to get. He's pretty legit, man. Like he's like, if you got money's not object, buy this one. If you want mid range, buy this one. If you want under $1,000, buy this one. He's the kind of guy. Like, no bullshit, right? We don't need anything else, man. I think the idea, the concept of just because it's a sale, therefore you should force yourself to buy something is like, it's completely wrong. It's no, do I have a need? Need or want, right? It's always a need or want thing. This is something we've been thinking about. It's probably the best time to buy it. Plus, with a lot of this stuff, like even this TV, you can get it on as long as you pay it off within 12 months, it's interest free. So it's like you take it, maybe put a deposit down if you want, and then just pay it off within 12 months. Like it's just no brainer, man. Things are so easy to finance once you understand how to finance it. It is tremendous. Plus, I'll probably sign into a business account with Curry's, which give me a percentage off as well. So there's just many things that can be done indeed. Many things. You just need to ask the right
There you
questions.
go, mate. They'll catch you with that little business account hook, and they'll send you all these emails, and eventually you'll crack.
Well, you just
buy something
unsubscribe,
else.
don't you? That's what you do indeed. It's quite easy. I've set a filter on Google already. Nothing comes through.
Are you actually going to do that? Wow, you're a savage.
Yeah, why not? I'm always going to make.
You might miss out on the deal of a lifetime.
No, but it's never the deal of a lifetime. So if I need it, I want it. If I don't want it, then I don't need it. Do you get me, bro?
Oh, look at this guy, man. Life hacks with doctor.
Look at this. Aristotle level, mate. That's what happens when you read Aristotle all day. What are you buying, if anything?
So I've been tasked by my mum to find an iPad for her. Right.
Hello.
I was like, cheers. I've also been tasked to find a Hoover because our Hoover in the flat is pretty much on its last legs.
Desi people.
Looking at a Shark Hoover.
Oh,
mate,
I can't say I've heard that.
Low key.
Dyson, Vax. Those are the only two I've heard of. Oh, and Henry. I've heard of Henry.
Nah. Shark is the new competitor that goes up against Dyson. It's much cheaper. It's meant to be the one.
But yeah,
and it's like a little one. Like a little one.
Is it a cordless, mate? Is it a cordless?
We love hoovering.
It's
a cordless. It's a cordless.
We love hoovering. We have a cleaner, right? The cleaner we sometimes pre-clean for the cleaner, and then the cleaner will go, and then there's one patta on the welcome mat. Hoover it now. It's mainly Dad, and Dad's like, my mates are coming round. This needs to be spotless. remember, my dad works in prisons, man. So like, he's he has high standards. That's the first thing. Plus, high standards and he likes cleanliness, and it's just like it's a bad combination. He's like, hoover it now. Oh, my dad is clean. I can't see anything. He's like, do you want me to get the magnifying glass out and show you where it is? Hoover kar de. So yeah, we do love hooverings, right? So you're getting a shark hoover potentially, and you're getting an iPad
potentially.
Anything else?
I'm not getting an iPad. I'm sending the deal to mum. She can get it for herself. I need to also look at. I don't know the difference between a humidifier and a dehumidifier, but I don't know what they do. However, I'm very tempted to get one.
For cooking purposes or for.
Do you know what they do?
Are you talking about air filtration or cooking?
Just air filtration. Air filtration.
Then no, I don't know this.
Damn it! I thought you'd be useful as a doctor. Okay, I gotta research that before I think about getting it.
Yeah.
And then one last thing, which is an aircon unit for the flat, because this summer was unbearable, and I ain't going through that again. So
that's a really good idea, actually. If you find a deal, send that to me. We have one, but
I'll send it to you, 100%.
Yeah, that's actually good.
Yeah.
A portable aircon unit is probably a good buy for most UK households, given what happened is going to definitely happen in the future. So yeah, Indy, that's a really good one, man. Mum's iPad. How old is the old iPad? I have interest.
The old iPad is my dad's iPad he had from like 8 years ago. He refuses to throw it away, but you can't turn it on and get past the first menu because it's overdue so many iOS updates. So the iPad's physically useless, but my dad will not throw it away out of principle.
So
that's how old the iPad is.
You hide it when he doesn't know it's there, and then that's it.
Oh no, Karan, this guy's got the memory of an elephant. He remembers everything.
No, he'll remember
if you move anything, if you move a pen,
right,
he will find it.
Oh well, the pen. I mean, the pen is a very sacred thing, man. The pen is like the swords, man. You don't move those. Don't be silly, man. I think your best chance is when Dad goes to India. That's when you raid the iPad.
No, I think he takes it with him in the hope that it'll work. But I can give it a go. I can give it a go.
Listen. He's probably got a banda in India. Paji, no problem. Paji, मैं Apple ही बनाया. मैं ही आपने बनाया. फिर मैं Steve Jobs ने देता सी. है ना? मैं फिक्स कर दूँ. No problem. यह बात ताड़ा तू ना पाके ना पर ट्र कर देना. पर चल पे बस. पाजी है ना? थप्पड़ मार के ना. पर चल पे पाजी. That's it. That's no.
Do you know what Dad did once? I had a MacBook at uni,
right,
and it died in second year. And I gave it to Dad. He took it to India. He said it's fixed. He brought it back. It wasn't fixed. The guy had just given it a really crappy motherboard. So it was like incredibly slow and it just wasn't working properly. And I was like, it's fixed. I said, no, Dad, there's fixing something. And then there's getting it working again. Very different things. Okay. Very different things.
So he got it to turn on basically. That was the win, yeah?
That's literally it. He got it to turn on. Bus.
There you go. Look, nobody in India, maybe it's a Punjabi thing, but nobody will ever say they can't do something. It's not within their remit. Paji, tusi bas ho jana. Tusi fikr na karo. Ye ho jana. Tusi samjh lo kam ho gaya. This is the best line, hai na? It is already done. That's it. Can you say that, Indy? That's it. Say it. That's it.
That's it. Take it and go.
That's it. हाँ पाजी हो गया काम हो गया थोड़ा होर सेवा पाजी होर सेवा दसो होर कोई सेवा and then the head to होर कोई सेवा.
It's not seva. Probably costing you for it, but it ain't seva.
ਭਾਜੀ 100 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਇੰਸਟਾਲਮੈਂਟ ਪਲਾਨ ਲਾਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ. ਹਾਂਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਆਪਣੀ ਬਾਂਹ ਛੱਡ ਦਿਓ ਇੱਥੇ, ਇੱਕ ਲੱਤ ਛੱਡ ਦਿਓ, ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਆਪਣੀ ਗੱਡੀ ਛੱਡ ਦਿਓ, ਆਪਣਾ ਪੁੱਤ ਛੱਡ ਦਿਓ ਇੱਥੇ, ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਮਝ ਲਓ ਪੈਸੇ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਬਸ ਠੀਕ. ਦੈਟਸ ਇਟ.
ਸੇਵਾ.
ਹੋਰ ਸੇਵਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਕੋਈ? ਹਾਂਜੀ ਦੱਸੋ ਜੀ. ਚਾਹ ਪਾਣੀ ਪਿਲਾਵਾਂ? ਹਾਂਜੀ 1 ਮਿਲੀਅਨ ਪਾਉਂਡ ਦਾ ਬਿੱਲ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਚਾਹ ਪਾਣੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਵੇ, ਸਮੋਸੇ ਜਲੇਬੀ ਪਕੌੜੇ. That's how they sweeten the deal, baby. Like you go to Rolex in England. God. You go to Rolex in England, right? And then like you want champagne, coffee, tea. India, chapani, samosa, jalebiyan. Oi, chotu, ja le ke.
That's it.
Ja, do bottle limke de. Chal. Oh, I'm getting.
Oi, foreign. Oreya.
Foreign. Ja le ke. In the beat. Chal.
Yeah.
Oh God. This has been a very Punjabi heavy episode.
Oh, it's been a great episode.
India. It has been a great episode.
I've
had a lot of fun. You know, I can't say I've had that much fun in in a while. So yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And now you should take a dingle, okay?
Take it away.
Very
Okay,
good.
Mitro. Okay, bye.
People, thank you for making it this far. I hope you appreciated our stories at the end there. Nice little few
Yes.
caveats. Drop
Yes.
us some comments. Leave us some love.
Okay.
Please do like if you get a quick second on the way out. And subscribe. Me and Karan might be bringing some different videos to you guys soon. What it will be exactly, you should be able to figure out by now. If you don't, and you ain't been paying attention. But check it out. It's going to be YouTube exclusive. So hopefully that will drive people. It will drive people like my wife.
Christmas.
It will drive people like my wife who has not subscribed to the YouTube channel to subscribe to the YouTube channel. So there we go. Thank you and goodbye. Have a nice day.
Merry little Christmas.
Too early.
Go.
I'm cutting this off now.